Enjoying my first bowl of LJ Peretti Tashkent. My initial thought is it's very smooth, pleasant, mild. There seems to be a little bit of mystery with the blend. As I was reading about it on tobacco reviews, someone made mention that it is of their opinion that there are Virginias in this blend, but that the LJ Peretti website confirms indeed that there are not Virginias in this blend. And as I'm maturing in this pipe smoking journey, I can see where that person may think there is. But my thought isn't so much based on the taste, but more so on the feel of the tobacco. When I'm taking it out the bag, to me it had the same feel as other blends that you knew for certain had Virginias in it. The cut is real fine, ribbon. Almost had that hay feel. So I'm not sure if that's where that person gets this thought from or not, but that's where I get it from. But I don't taste Virginias. Listed as an Oriental with, I believe, Latakia, but the Latakia is not pronounced. Maybe in the background a little bit. But anyways, I'm enjoying myself. One of my favorite Boswell pipes here. I just love the big bowl. Sun's not out yet, so we can't get that glow of orange through the mouthpiece. But I love that logo. I wish they had it on a t-shirt, and maybe they do. Now, I like that little bit of mystery surrounding that blend, and even the I think it's called Ismer. If I remember right, and I'm open to being corrected now. I don't have to go double check, but Asia's most beautiful city, what the tobacco is named after, Ismer. And that's part of the attraction of pipe smoking to me. Is I love geography. You've seen my big globe before. So when I'm going to be done with this bowl throughout the day, I'm going to be looking that up and read about it. So in essence, it enhances education. Reading, right? Geography, history. Spiritual. It's almost like a full education being a pipe smoker. Or comparative to when people speak of a college education, that it's a full circle education. Yeah, there's math involved, right? If you get the right proportions, of blends to make up all these great tastes. Indirect appreciation of music with the wind blowing in the chimes. I'm considering at the moment to stop the video and start over because the noise of the AC is off, but I think we're just gonna roll. Mm. I run the risk of losing some doing this, but gosh, I wanted to show you. Mm-hmm. This is nice. See if we can get a. Smells great. Nothing really jumps out at me. Good smoke. I think you would enjoy it. We had a chance to visit with the grandbaby yesterday. She's doing really well. Meeting all her milestones. She's strong. Her, she just looks like she's doing great. And which is confirmed. Her cardiologist said I no longer need to see her. Each quarter. We can schedule once a year visits now. To stay on top of her heart repair she had when she was first born. She's doing great. Doing great. And babbling and rolling over, and she's just wonderful. She's wonderful, and it's incredibly beautiful to watch the interaction with her mom and dad. When we first got home, when we first got to their house, my daughter-in-law was not there at the time, and she was off helping someone. Well, about 2 hours later, she gets back, and to see the love of the baby, she lights up when her mama enters the room, and is not so much reaching out to her, but lifting her arms and getting excited. And she's at 8 months old now, and it's just, human life is a wonder at all stages. The entire span of life is a wonder, from the moment of conception. It's a wonder. Need to do a light here. Mm, mm, mm. The sun's coming up, but it's a little bit hidden behind the clouds. You may have heard the thunder. I don't think I got a good light. Yeah. Oh gosh. All these things keep coming to mind about pipe smoking and how we can relate it to so many different parts of life and learning. Mm. Patience. See, I thought it had gone out, but it hadn't. This is good. Hear the doves? Kind of reminds me of a line in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, sometimes if you don't just stop and look around, you might miss something. The details that make it so beautiful. It's kind of like if you're going to a museum, or if you're going to any kind of tour, you can do the self-guided tour, or you can do the tour with a guide. Now the self-guided tour will be fine. You'll see the highlights, but there's a lot of detail that you may miss if you don't do the guided tour. As you take that guided tour, you have someone who knows that museum to point out details that enhance that journey. And it makes your visit that much more enjoyable, may give it a lot more meaning. You discover richness and beauty that you would likely not have realized yourself without that guide, without that tour guide, if you'd have just traveled it alone. And it may give you access to other parts of the museum that you would have missed otherwise on your own, because there may be something of some kind of value in one of these other rooms that really requires a guide to fully experience it. Why do I say that? Y'all know I'm building up to something theological related to the Catholic faith. Patience, Patrick. Patience. Referring to my neighbor's air conditioning unit kicking on again. But what I'm referring to is the role of Mary in our faith journey and salvation. She points the way to Jesus for us. You can think of her as the tour guide that we were talking about. When you meditate upon the mysteries of the Rosary, which are the key events in the life of Christ, his mother was with him at each and every point of his journey. Who better knows him than his mother? And so by us following Mary's guide, she's leading us to Jesus. The wedding at Cana. We have no more wine. And she goes to Jesus. She says, do as he says. There's a book written by the author Joseph Piper. And I may not be saying that exactly correctly. And if you look it up, don't spell Piper as you hear it. I believe it's like P-E-I-P-E-R. And it's called Leisure, the Basis of Culture. And it's a great book written about what is true leisure, especially on a Sunday. Look it up. It's a great read. I welcome all charitable comments on anything I said. I don't know, we or so ago, we were talking about gifts. What are your gifts? I appreciate each and every one of you. Love the relationships that are built. Right? Sometimes those are built in unconventional ways, not as you imagine they would come about. This has been Pilgrim Piper, your friend Pat. And I hope that wherever you are, and whatever you're doing, that you are well and safe and have peace of heart no matter what's going on around you. Don't have it mastered. It's the darndest thing. I can sit here and talk about it in theory and mind and have that intellectual knowledge, but it's not until it penetrates the heart and you actually live out that it really is of use to anyone. Which, as I'm thinking here, reminds me of not storing your treasures on earth. It's amazing. It's all connected. That pipe helps. Peaceful days to everyone. Au revoir, mes amis. Another great blend, LJ Peretti. I'm quickly becoming a fan.